Right then, issue 33, September 1995. It's another GamesMaster look through. What we got? Still only £2.25, although I think it's been that for a few issues now. Primal Rage on the Mega Drive, Gloom on the Amiga, never heard of it. Prisoner of Ice PC CD, Blown Away PC, Space Hulk, the greatest 3DO game ever. Do remember that coming out. And then on the front cover we've got Batman Forever exclusive review, SNES and Mega Drive. Mortal Kombat 3, the definitive version 2 moves, plus guides to Judge Dredd, Full Throttle, Amazon Queen. So let's have a gander, shall we? Double page spread for the CDI. Want to play with the big boys? That's a version. My dad had the big version, and he had the massive track roller pad with a big blue roller. I can't remember Micro Machines, although I think he did have that actually. We had what's it called? What do we have now? Bloody Wild West. Can you help? Hey there, stranger. Can you help? Mad Dog McCree. Mad Dog McCree with light gun, with blue light gun. So yeah, let's have a look. Saturn base established. Stations are for train spotters. This is real. So a bit of advertising here. Just one part of Sega's massive campaign. What's it saying? Sega claimed that Saturn sales have been brisk with over 5,000 machines sold in the first week after launch. While the Saturn at $399 is regarded by many too expensive, Sega have hit back at their critics, alleging that the Sony PlayStation probable launch price of $299 is misleading, as it's likely that the package will not include a game. I don't think it did include a game, did it? A number of stores are complaining that they won't make enough money out of the cheapest Sony machine. In the ongoing hype war, Sega are keen to point out that if the cost of a full price game is deducted at $399, the Saturn works out only £50 more expensive. They haven't ruled out the possibility of pulling the price closer to Sony's by bringing out a game-less package. As yet, Sony haven't commented on whether some kind of game discount offer will soften the blow of the hardware-only strategy. The phony war of claim and counterclaim is being waged against the backdrop of 3DO price cuts. Around £300 seems to be the magic number that all the super consoles are aiming for. But this is still too high. It looks like the big high street chains could have the final say in how much the next generation is going to cost us game players. So yes. What did it go with? Saturn game wise? Virtual Fight? I can't remember. I did skip the Saturn, I'll admit. I did skip. What's this here? Sega. Sorry, things that make Sega go oops. One thing about the Saturn, it comes with a SCART lead. This means that if you don't have a TV fitted with the SCART sockets, most brand new models will have these as standard, then you have to shell out for a further £25 to get an RF cable to run your Saturn. This is quite ironic, isn't it, now, because us retro gamers, we all love a bit of an RGB SCART. Nobody likes RF. I mean, I'll admit I used to play with RF, and I think many of us, many people watching this video probably used to play with RF, and it never bothered us. But when you do compare it to RGB SCART, it literally is night and day. It literally is night and day. And don't get confused with composite SCART. It's got to be RGB, red, green and blue. Composite is just the yellow cable, and they just basically shove it into a SCART lead, and it's not the true RGB SCART. I mean, composite ever so slightly better than RF, but composite, that's what I call it. Sega have claimed that the SCART lead gives better quality picture and sound, which it does. And this means that they don't have to compromise the Saturn's graphics quality. They put the confusion down more to the fact that people don't know what a SCART socket is than anything else. Yeah, so never mind your HDMI, you're talking about SCARTs, and this is in what? September 95. Strange New Worlds. Charts. SNES, International Cricket, Street Racer, Ultimate Soccer Manager, what's PC? Star Trek. The Dark Knight Returns. It's quite interesting, isn't it? But is this the best Batman ever or the worst? Probably one of the worst. Yeah. So years later. Is it called The Dark Knight Returns or The Dark Knight Rises? Dark Knight. And Dark Knight Returns, isn't it? Christian Bale. Street Fighter, the movie. Bit of Van Damme and Kylie. Any other new business? I just remember that quote. I am the law, read me, bit of Judge Dredd. What else we got? Dom's rant. Sorry if I'm not pointing the camera. Comic Zone. Oh, it's a preview, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, so 95, so pretty late on in the Mega Drive's life. Virtual Racing on the Saturn. And it looks like I've cut something out there. So this is one of my original magazines. I don't know what I've cut out. Virtual Fighter. Cool Spot Goes to Hollywood. Do you know what? I remember that. Did it come out that? Looks quite good. Saturn PlayStation. I'll have to have a look into that. Drop a comment below if you know. Mortal Column. Apologies for the glare. So Mortal Kombat 3. Interactive. What's this about the SNES? What's this? Do not adjust your set. Digital TV is coming to your house to make a network gaming on console a reality. GamesMaster discovered that the future is multiplayer friendly. The Sega channel. The very, very short-lived Sega channel. I've still got my Sega modem. My Mega Drive modem, which I've yet to try. Interactive Mega Drive. Link up expand modem. The Mega Drive is surprisingly flexible. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anyone who actually had the Sega channel, and I don't think it were a big success in here in the UK. I think it did a lot better over in the States, but not over here. Destruction Derby link up. Yeah, you used to have to basically link machines up, didn't you? Yeah, that's right. Sony have gone for the safe and reliable machine-to-machine link rather than bother with all those tangly wires. I do remember a lad from school who teamed up with another lad, and they actually linked up two PlayStations with two TVs, and they were playing Destruction Derby. And I think there were a few other early PlayStation games you could do that. With Tokka, or Wipeout, Ultra 64. Look at that! Look at that for a picture. They should have stuck with that name. I know someone commented before. Not sure who it was now, but yeah, Ultra 64. They had the Super Nintendo, so why not carry on? Why not carry on? Yeah. And then they just changed it to Fog 64. Good old Fog. Is the PlayStation good enough to win the 32-bit war? So we've got Neo Geo, Saturn, Philips, Jaguar. I mean, look at all these here. Saturn died. Neo Geo, by that time it were a niche market anyway. Ultra 64, yeah, gone. Philips CDI, Jaguar, 3D. Yeah, so basically the PlayStation probably did win the 32-bit war against all these other contenders. Yeah, if only they knew that. Sony, Sega and Nintendo were the various dealings prior to the PlayStation. Could have been a different world. Could have been a different world we live in. Earthworm Jim 2. What's this on? What's Dave Perry Speaks, exclusive to GM again. Probably Mega Drive and SNES, isn't it? Quite like that artwork though. Not that I'm a big Batman fan, but Batman Forever, which was George Clooney or Val Kilmer. Batman Forever. Riddler and Dr. Freeze. Arnie. Yeah. What we got here then? So the SNES gets 93, 92% with the graphics, and the Mega Drive gets 91, overall 92. So what they're saying about the SNES, the main sprites are incredible to look at, even if Robin's outfit is a bit wrong. Graphics on the Mega Drive, Batters and Rob look great, and the backgrounds are stuff full of Gotham Menace. Ace Combat on the PlayStation. Space Hulk. Yeah, I do remember the hype. The various pictures coming out for this. This one on the 3DO. Did it come to the PlayStation or the Saturn? Or did it initially come out as a bit of a 3DO exclusive? 95 though. The aliens look truly horrible. The background spooky and the marines suitably tough. Looks like Billy Idol. Primal Rage on the Mega Drive. So the Mega Drive still putting out some classic titles and some really good titles later on in its life. It wasn't dead yet, were it? The 16-bit era still lived on. What's this? Shin Shinobi Den. Saturn. Never were into Shinobi on the Mega Drive. I mean, the early Shinobi game were a bit too early for me. I got Sonic 1. Obviously with the Mega Drive, like everyone else in the world, but yeah, like 91 I got my Mega Drive. So when the first Shinobi game came out, like 89, 90. Probably it must have been 90 because that was UK release, wasn't it? What's this on here? Jaguar Super Burnout. Graphics 30, bloody hell. All you can what's he say? All you can really say about these is that they're fast, otherwise very substandard. 26 overall from the mighty Jaguar. 64-bit of power. Gloom on the Atari, made 1200. Light Crusader. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Yeah, probably not my cup of tea. White Men Can't Jump. With Wesley Snipes. Prehistoric Man. Not based on California Man, with what's his name? Was it Brendan Fraser? What's this on SNES? It don't look too bad. Reminds me of Radical Rex or Flintstones. The Mega Drive. Super Play, Vampire's Kiss. What's that? Some 3DO? Some kind of weird game show. I do vaguely remember that. I had a few game show games from there. Blown Away. PC CD-ROM. FMV Classic. Yeah, what's this here? Let's see what you're made of. Look at that for an advert. Sega, the game is never over. Eternal Champions Mega CD. The most challenging fighting game ever with wicked moves and what? Deadly graphics. Yeah, that was the special edition with all the blood. Yeah. Bit gory, that, isn't it? Super Street Fighter 2. Also on the Amiga. 85 overall. World Masters Golf on the SNES. Bloody hell, 15? That can't be right. That can't be right. GamesMaster Golf has a lot going for it with multiplayer views and nice mode 7, but this can't make up for some annoying flaws in the basic gameplay. Pete. Donkey Kong Land on the Game Boy. I had that. Good game, but it does get a bit confusing with the backdrop, the foreground. It's amazing how they could do it though. I mean, you know, when you compare it to the SNES version. Syndicate and 3DO. Next month, are you tough enough to take on the girls, the hottest babes from Revolution X, Virtual Fighter 32X, Mortal Kombat 3? Yeah. Prisoner of Ice, 87. The Darkening. No, can't remember that. Crazy Ivan. Well, that on Saturn. Seem to remember it being. Mortal Kombat 3 The Moves, Judge Dredd Player's Guide. Look at this here. This is what you want. Colour monitors, only £99 including VAT. Amiga, NES, SNES, Mega Drive 1 and 2. Fully refurbished, tested and box. SCART RGB and composite phono inputs. Internal speaker, fold away stand. Yeah. I tell you what, I bet that Philips, it would have been alright, that. Been a cracking picture. But then again, back then, nobody knew. Nobody knew really what RGB was. I mean, your mum and dad didn't know what RGB was. I certainly didn't. And you were more than content playing with RF cables. See, look there, look. There we go. Nikon digital stereo colour television. SCART socket. 14-inch. If you want Nikon stereo sound, it's £200. Special reserve. I was fully membered up back then. I remember for a long time. And I was gutted because they used to have the NRG magazine, and then I think they changed the name just to Special Reserve magazine. And I threw them all. I had a few in binders. I would have loved to come through them, just to see the prices and all the controllers, and you could buy all sorts. I think in early days, in the early NRGs, you could they had reviews and like a slimmed down version of your normal monthly games magazine, I suppose you'd buy from your newsagents. Separated at birth. Yeah, that's right. On one side the Jag CD and the other side the toilet seat. Yeah. What's this? Oh, Ultra. Oh, we love bait, even if you don't exist yet. What's this here? Please, grovel, advise a misinformed young boy. Okay, here I go. A Mega Drive is 16-bit, right? And a Mega Drive needs a Mega CD needs a Mega Drive to operate it, so it's 16-bit as well. So if a Saturn is 32-bit machine and you add a 32X to a Mega Drive or a Mega CD, how come you don't get a Saturn? P.S. Print this letter. I'll get my mate, who's a gangster, to hire some untraceable hitmen to shoot you and then destroy your graves. Okay. P.P.S. My brother said you make all the letters yourselves. Is that right? It's true that the 32X has the same processing unit as the Saturn, but it doesn't have the same custom sound, graphics and data handling chips that make the Saturn games look just fantastic. And 32X games look just like Mega Drive titles. Well, that's not true, is it? As for the other matter, blah blah blah, he's got a Kevlar bodysuit. Yeah. The mighty 32X. GamesMaster says, whatever happened to the Jaguar, discounted by the critics and discounted in stores? Could it end up the surprise bargain of this year? How much are we talking? Seeing the price of the Jag plummet from £199 on launch to £99. Perhaps even lower by Christmas. Oh dear. That seems to have happened more by accident, blah blah blah. Yeah, £99 Jaguar. Never knew anyone who had a Jaguar. Always quite fancied Alien vs Predator though. Did look good. Lawnmower Man. I think it's one. It looks like Lawnmower Man. I imagine it will be, won't it? And there we go. Neo Geo CD. World Heroes Perfect. That's smashing controllers. Micro switched. Really nice. Got a couple of those for my consoleized MVS. So there we go. That was issue 33, September 1995. We're well and truly into the 32-bit era now, so we will keep going. Until next time, I'll see you, Ron Cocker.